Chris. How are you doing today?
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ashley Tapia, and I'm here with Salesforce. As I mentioned over the phone, I just wanted to take about 10 minutes of your time to do a bit of a consultation and see what your needs are and how Salesforce can be, a great asset to your organization. Perfect. Awesome. So before we take a deep dive into the consultation, I'd like to start off by asking you about how many employees you have at Lennox and specifically how many people you are managing in your specific role. Great, yes, over 10,000 employees. That is a large number. So I can only imagine how important it is to have a effective CRM system. Now, of that 10,000, within your specific role, how much time of your sales representatives spending out in the market and not in the office? Great, 75% of the time. Yes, they're on the go. Great. Next, so with that being said, how is your current system been working for you with your employees being out of the office so long? Great. And you did mention that system that you're using is something that you manually put together through Excel, is where most of your communication is occurring. And would it be safe to say that this system is not functioning for you and is not reliable? I understand. With that being said, I think, your biggest obstacle right now is that most of your employees don't have a centralized data system that will allow your departments to communicate in real time effectively. And it's also creating silos for you. Could even be possibly upsetting customers by double calling or, taking time away from what their actual needs are. The lack of ability for you to store that data from various departments is also creating for you not to successfully manage your account list. Is that correct? Great. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out to you, do you think your current system is causing your employees to take additional time tracking down information that could be utilized to strengthen current relationships with your accounts? Absolutely. Time is always a huge concern. I am a big believer in working smarter and not harder, because at the end of the day, time is money. Absolutely. Awesome. So in order for us to move forward to the next part of our meeting, I'd like to summarize my findings with you, and please feel free to step in and correct me at any moment. I just want to make sure that I have a clear understanding of what you are looking for in your CRM system. Great. So it looks like your organization is looking to integrate a CRM system with a centralized data system in order to better function as a whole. It looks like your current Excel method is causing your employees to do double the work, losing data as your employees are moving into new roles, and also creating less face time and more work behind the scenes in order to prepare for these meetings. As you mentioned, your sales team is spending about 75% of their time out in the market. So I would be only safe to say that you are looking for something that will give you that real-time data and is easily accessible to your reps. Perfect. Lovely. I just love to summarize things, just as I mentioned, so that we both have a clear understanding of what we are looking for. Now, moving on to the next portion. Are there any concerns that you'd like to mention to me before, moving on to the next portion, whether it's integration, costs, data? Is there anything that comes to mind? Oh, I absolutely share those concerns. So I just want to make sure the big three that are your biggest priority are finding something that is within your budget, something that does not require you to hire more employees to manage your current system, or if we have a system that can offer you those services and what the cost would be there. And lastly, you're afraid to, go with the wrong system, spend months at a time, or, 6 months or so, and realize that this probably wasn't the best decision for you due to the integration. Okay, absolutely. No, I absolutely share those concerns with you. Now that I've gathered all of this information, may I ask you, what do the next steps look like for you? Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time. Before we wrap this up, do you have any questions for me? Lovely. Well, I'm super excited to get into this in further detail with you and see how our system could be the solution to all of your problems. Now, with that being said, is there a time that works best for you and your team, either this week or next week? Great, absolutely. I'll make a couple notes here and I will add you to the calendar. Just to give you an overview of what that appointment's going to look like, I'll come in and I'll give you the presentation of our different CRM systems, the different tiers that we offer, and I'll also give you a bit of an analysis of how effective this has been for other organizations, bringing it down to market growth, cost, and any of the concerns that you were sharing. We do love to ask our employees for any feedback, whether it's through reviews or internal data, so I can provide you with that information as well. Just want to make sure that you're comfortable and that we are making the best decision for you as a whole. Great, Chris. Well, I will leave you my card here. This has my phone number, my email, and best way to contact me is probably going to be a phone call. It'll be the easiest way to answer any of the questions that you have. Now, if there is nothing else that I can answer for you, I'd just like to thank you for your time, and I will see you next Friday at 4 o'clock. Absolutely. You have a wonderful day.